right now, I'm going to go into a little bit of the E3 press conferences, some of the footage, some of the games that were displayed or showcased. This happens to be one of the games that I'm more intrigued by or interested in, and that would be The Crew 2. And this is pre-alpha footage, so quite early stages of development. We aren't probably going to see a lot of that probably for, I don't know, another few months to a year. Who knows when The Crew 2 is actually coming out. I don't even know if they put a date out for this thing yet. But if it's in pre-alpha, it's not even in alpha phase, we probably aren't going to see this. They said somewhere in 2018, right? Maybe like spring, summer of 2018. So yeah, we've got a good wait. We probably got at least another full year here to wait for this game. But yeah, when they were doing a little bit of the presentation, I caught a little bit of it. Few segments, main stuff. Only the specific things are going to pop out to me. Specific types of games. I'm definitely not going to get into all the shootery stuff as much. Nothing too graphic, nothing too crazy. So I may do like maybe just my own take on all this, my own discussion, you know, my review, I guess, of even I don't know if you want to call it a review or just my thoughts. Just say my thoughts on it. So we're going to go into a little bit of this.
Hi everyone, my name's James Reese, community developer on The Crew 2, and today Ubisoft's Ivory Tower studio is absolutely thrilled to give you a world premiere first look at the latest installment in the Crew franchise.
Oh, and I'm also supposed to be getting some sleep tomorrow because I gotta do some stuff. So, yeah, this is gonna have to be real short.
There's no better playground to explore the thrill and excitement of motorsports than America. In The Crew 2, we offer players the challenge of dominating the road, sea, and sky of a fully realized open-world USA.
Welcome to the city that never sleeps. In this event, you'll see New York taken over by racers in a way you never could have imagined. It's not just a city, it's a playground for the best pilots and drivers of today and tomorrow.
Welcome to Motor Nation.
Okay. Also wanted to give a little bit of a back. Let's see. Let me think. Okay. Years ago, I want to try to give just a little bit of a what could have maybe inspired some of this stuff right here. This is a long shot. I don't necessarily know if this is the case or if these guys were inspired. I know these guys were definitely inspired by stuff like Burnout. That's for sure. When it comes to The Crew and The Crew 2, the game itself, I know, is definitely inspired by games like Burnout. So, Burnout, Need for Speed, Forza, stuff like that. It feels like they're trying to encapsulate a lot of those games in one game. It's a very ambitious game, this second one. The first one was ambitious enough, and it was plagued with problems from what I heard. I didn't play a whole lot of it, but I did play a little bit of it at my cousin's house, so I didn't get necessarily the full rounding with it, but I'm probably going to end up borrowing it here pretty soon. I might end up playing it a little bit longer, see what it's like. Who knows? But yeah, Burnout was supposed to have like DLC or add-on packs. It was supposed to really be something like what this is right now. At one point, it was supposed to have planes, they were supposed to have boats and jet skis. They were really going to try to make it like a really ambitious game. Like Burnout Paradise was supposed to be that. And then Criterion dropped that idea because I think they didn't have enough money or enough resources to do it. But they still had a pretty good game. They still had a really phenomenal game as far as an arcade racer for, I think, the 7th gen consoles. So it was really good. and I played the wheels off of that game. I probably put, gosh, man, hundreds, probably at least over 100 hours into that game. Well over it, probably, if I had to really say. But yeah, okay, let's get back into this. They were really supposed to do a lot with that. You can do the research on that. They were even supposed to go to the moon. They even had DLC for like going to the moon, like going out to space. I'm sure these guys aren't going to go that far, but still.
There's a contest happening right now in New York City. It's being run and commented by Live, MotorNation's #1 sponsor and event organizer.
And I haven't actually seen
So this
gameplay
is where your
here.
story begins. Your goal? To become the greatest champion of all motorsports. We're starting off with a nighttime street race challenge. Street racing is at the core of the Crew DNA and one of the many disciplines of the Crew 2. But this time we're shifting from underground street racing to bring you a more accessible, festive and competitive take on the genre. Speaking of which, this race is about to get a little spiced up. How would you like to take this party to the rooftops?
That's pretty neat. I feel like stuff like this might be inspired of, I don't know, maybe stuff like the Most Wanted, Need for Speed Most Wanted, where they had like ramps everywhere. You could just jump. Or GTA, like DLC for GTA or the mods, like GTA type mods. They put a lot of ramps everywhere, going on top of buildings, just putting them in so many absurd places. I feel like some of this could be inspired of some of that. Again, Burnout does a lot of stuff like that, where they just put ramps in random places and you just jump off them. So yeah, a lot of this stuff is pretty much inspired by all the previous games and titles, but really cool still. I'm actually pretty impressed with the way it looks, graphics, everything, you know, the way it runs, plays, it looks pretty smooth, even for pre-alpha. This is pre-alpha, okay, this is pre-alpha, and it's looking this good already.
Now that was just a small example of the way we've redesigned the US cities to offer you more freedom for spontaneous challenges. In the Crew 2, your whole environment has been shaped and tweaked so that you can enjoy the very best experience, whatever the vehicle or the discipline. But before I tell you any more, I think Live Sportscast has something to tell you.
And now, Live goes to the extreme.
What are we doing, Inception stuff here? What is that? What kind of stuff is that? Is that Inception stuff? Is that real? Is that real? Is this real? No, for real. Are you kidding? Was that actually a real thing? Like, what does he do?
I think Live Sportscast has something to tell you.
And now, Live goes to the extreme.
What? What was that? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird, but kind of neat, I guess. Oh, that's what happened then. That was like a transition.
Now the second part of the competition is a
Oh, that's a transition.
something to tell you.
And now, Live goes to the extreme.
That's how they're transitioning? They're transitioning like that, like freaking Inception stuff? Well, that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat right there. I like that. It just goes like woof, and it's just like that's cool.
Now the second part of the competition is a powerboat race. You're piloting a DCB M31, one of the fastest boats ever created. These little beasts are traditionally used to race offshore and in straight lines. But we've decided it would be more fun to have them speed up along the Hudson River, because, hey, why not? Right now, we're having it pretty easy, but you'll occasionally have to deal with 10-foot waves on offshore races, not to mention the waves created by you and your competitors. We've also been messing around with the good old Hudson River, adding ramps and buoys for you to handle. And as you can see,
This is gonna kind of be reminiscent a little bit of Hydro Thunder and stuff like that. Like it kind of feels like it could have like a Hydro Thunder kind of feel, even though you're not gonna get that kind of an arcade feel with a game like this probably. But with the jumps and all that stuff, I don't know if they have power-ups or anything else. But yeah, it does kind of give me a feel like that too. So that's cool. I mean, that's kind of a neat thing. I mean, it's not gonna be like Hydro Thunder at all, but having this arcade style, arcade slash sort of kind of simulator style with boats, planes, and all that stuff, you're basically gonna get like a mishmash of Burnout, Need for Speed, Hydro Thunder, stuff like MX versus ATV, and they do have dirt bikes in this game too. I don't know about ATVs, but that would be really cool if they did. Hopefully they do, or at least DLC or something. I don't know. Wow, there's a lot here.
see your next competitors are waiting for you to take off. Everything is completely seamless, so anything can happen in Motor Nation at any time. But for now, let's stay focused all the way up to the finish line.
We kick it up a notch for the grand finale.
We are literally taking the challenge to new heights in this third and last part of our New York challenge. While some of our competitors are still having fun down there on the water, let's enjoy some new perspectives over Central Park. Now that you can fly across America, the Crew 2 is built to allow you to see all the way up to the horizon. This is one of the many technical feats our team had to achieve in order to offer a game experience that would perfectly fit the new vehicle types. This raises the game's exciting potential for exploration even more. Here, you're embracing the city skyline. But now, imagine flying over the Rockies, buzzing the ground in the Grand Canyon, piercing the clouds, or just admiring the city nightlights from your cockpit. But I digress. We're still trying to win a race here.
From the heart of New York City, this was the live Extreme Series Episode 1.
I really haven't been this excited for a game in a long time, and I'm like really stoked. Really stoked for this game. It better deliver. So I'm pretty sure I'm getting a PS4 for a game like this. Right here. This is what I was waiting for. This is one of those games I've been waiting for a long time, man. Ever since Burnout. Ever since Burnout Paradise. I've been waiting for another game that was going to kind of scratch that itch. I feel like this game might be it. I think Need for Speed Most Wanted, the new 2012 one, kind of scratched it a little bit. For me. It scratched it a little bit. The new Need for Speed that's coming out too, that one, I don't know. Payback, I'm not really sure. It looks okay too. I might even look at that one, but still.
Thank you for watching, and remember to follow us on all social media.
Now let's take a look at our colossal open world of more than 2,000 square miles. It revolves around 4 motorsports families:
2,000?
street racing, pro racing, off-road, and freestyle. Each of them has its own culture, style, set of disciplines, and a place to meet. But the Crew 2 is also about freedom and exploration. Time to discover what this huge open world has to offer. Back in New York City, and we've joined some friends for a free flight session in co-op. Let me show you what this Zivco Edge 540 V3 has under the hood. This light plane is the star of many air races and aerobatic shows around the world, and right here in Motor Nation. That's another one of the Crew 2 innovations. Not only does it offer an incredible variety of disciplines, but each gameplay has its specificities and unique appeal. By the way, you can instantly switch between ground, water, and air vehicles with our brand new Fast Fave feature. This allows you to fully enjoy all the new perspectives the Crew 2 has to offer using only one button.
This is only a
From the top
free
of
roam,
buildings
I'm
to
assuming.
the bustling city streets below, or the busy...
I'm assuming this is only a free mode because when you're in races, it has to transition. That's the only way that could work. You're not going to be able to just free transform into anything. So during races, it's just going to probably transition whenever you're doing long endurance races or sprint. It could be sprint type races. But this right here, free roam, and you just transform and go into the water, that is sick, man. This is just beyond right now. I'm like, this is very ambitious, by the way. This is a very ambitious game. If it doesn't deliver, man, it's gonna be too bad. But it's so good looking. Like, too much.
waterways. The whole of the USA is ready for you to explore. Now you might have noticed I keep scoring points here. That's what we call dynamic freestyle. Every stunt and feat achieved anywhere in the open world will contribute to your overall progression in the game. Doing aerobatics tricks, car and bike stunts, or just speeding up on your boat, literally anything you can show off will get you closer to becoming a renowned champion of Motor Nation. Now it's time to race in the great outdoors. This is Rally Raid, an off-road discipline focus.
Finally, they start showing some off-road gameplay. Hopefully they show some dirt bikes or four-wheelers or something. I think I saw monster trucks in here too at one point.
The objective here is simple. Get from point A to point B as quickly as you can by making your way through muddy tracks, rocks, and vegetation. And of course, the organizers at Live have added their 2 cents to the challenge by throwing in a few surprises. The buggy A1 is a perfect choice for that challenge, with its bouncy suspension, unconventional look, and easy handling. After all, Rally Raid is all about enjoying total freedom to choose your path, to test the limits of your environment, and the pure fun to go full speed into the wild. Now I'm excited to share with you how we'll be dominating the waterways in Jet Sprint. This will have you slaloming and jumping into swampy waters in tiny but highly responsive boats.
Those are like normal sport boats. These are actually drag race boats. Wow, that's cool. It's cool too, I mean. So in free roam mode, you get it. So free roam, they have a mode that's like, you can transform into that stuff. Like, transform into like a, I don't know, car to water and stuff like that. If you're near certain areas, I'm thinking, like if you're in the air, he transformed into a boat.
Sort of like Need for Speed Most Wanted, where you just drive up to a car and then you go.
Maybe, but I don't necessarily know how that's gonna work. It's just like he was in the water, he was in the air, and then he went into the water as a boat. So he transformed. And that's what happens. So maybe if you're in a car and you're in like next to the water, you jump into the. So that's a pretty neat thing.
But yeah, it's okay.
Okay, get out of here.
As you might have guessed, this gameplay is a bit more challenging than the ones I've been introducing so far.
Yeah,
The contests usually take place in a lush and pretty unpredictable environment, and it requires high-speed mastery as well as some freestyle abilities. This is one of the great things about having the whole USA as our open world. Every terrain is a perfect spot for specific disciplines, with its own ecosystem,
If I get these
road
games,
network,
I'm always like, really
facilities,
gonna play them.
as well as some
Do
surprises.
stuff.
Johnny had a
So, that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed this first sneak peek at the unique experience we'll be offering with the Crew 2. Remember, in this brand new world of non-stop competition and no-limit exploration, there's lots more for you to discover. See you again soon with new disciplines, new challenges, and new unexplored parts of Motor Nation.
Don't forget to sign up for...
You and me should do like one of those videos, like what do you call it, reaction videos or something like that, where it's like you're watching something and you do the reaction to
I
it.
just kind of did like my take on this thing right here. So it was 21 minutes long. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. My cousin's over here just trying to observe a little bit. He didn't really want it spoiled for him, the crew and stuff like that. He's really interested in these games. He doesn't have a PlayStation 4, and
I have a PlayStation 3 and it's
but he really is enjoying a lot of stuff that he sees on these consoles.
I've
And
played
at some point, I'm probably gonna end up getting one of these consoles as well.
I've played it before.
So we'll see what happens. I'm definitely looking forward to this game because it definitely gives me the Burnout vibes, and I really do like that. But it gives me much more than just that because we are going beyond Burnout now.
Beyond Burnout
And,
Paradise. Really.
Anyway, I'm gonna leave off here. If anybody wants to like, sub, comment, do what you want to do, I am gonna just and you can put your comments down below talking about what you liked about it and stuff like that. But I'm pretty excited for this game, so alright.
Disco Cobra's back.
No, let's see, Disco Cobra. I'm the JW guy now.
No.
The JW guy.
Is that what your Xbox name's gonna
It's
be?
probably gonna be that too. It's gonna be my PS4 name now.
Wait, PS4? I mean, you're not getting an Xbox One, you're getting a PS4.
Yeah. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later.